How's it going, everybody? Andy McCullough from the Los Angeles Times here with Dylan Hernandez, also of the Los Angeles Times, after the Dodgers Game 2 victory over the Arizona Diamondbacks, 8-5. The Dodgers are up 2-0. They have 3 chances to close out. Dylan, are you bringing your snorkels?
This is over, man. I think this is over. I really do. You know, I really kind of came into this game thinking if they lost, that this was going to go 5 games just because of the high-scoring nature of these games. But you know what? We're going to go into Game 3 with a 2-game lead.
Yep.
I think Darvish, who's, you know, kind of admittedly a guy that worries a lot and puts a lot of pressure on himself, he's going to have this 2-game cushion. I think he's going to be out there relaxed.
Yep.
Greinke's going to be in an elimination game. We saw how that went in the wild card game. So you know what? If under those circumstances, I like Darvish a lot. I think they're going to sweep. And if there is no security around the pool, we might see the players in there. You know, I did check in.
You checked in?
I checked in with my sources.
He's a full live reporter here. Don't believe what you read on the internet. Dylan does do reporting.
It was the one question that I actually asked. And as of this moment, there are no plans for there to be security around the pool.
But do you think they need security around the pool?
They might now.
Do you think this is a group who would do that? I don't know if they are.
Well, you know what?
They're pretty reserved.
You know what, though? Now we're talking about the spark plug who Bill Plaschke wrote beautifully about today. This is the Puig that I think when we first saw him in 2013 and we saw the energy that he played with and the joy and the excitement that he brought to the stadium, this was the version of Puig I think that we all had in mind, where he's kind of channeling all that energy in a positive way. And you know, all the antics right now, I mean, the crowd loves this, obviously, right?
The crowd is eating it up.
Yeah, I mean, even, you know, he was in like the on-deck circle when a run scored and he's turning around doing this to the crowd, and he knows how to get a crowd started. Right, he's Donald Trump-like in some ways, and how he can get the crowd whipped up into a frenzy. So
you caught me, you flat-footed me.
I did. That was intentional.
So the Dodgers play baseball, a sport that is very interesting. You know, you mentioned the crowd though, and I thought like the iconic moment of the night for me is Rich Hill carrying a cardboard sign in the dugout that you know, it said "Make some noise," and I actually think you know, to go kind of deep on it, it was sort of a, you know, it could, I mean, who the heck knows? You know, they could lose the next 3 games, but it seems to me like that could be a kind of important moment in that, you know, you can sense, like, so the Dodgers had a 5-run lead tonight. I think they kind of, I don't want to say mismanaged, but their pitching moves didn't exactly work out. You know, they pulled Kenta Maeda probably a little too early when he was rolling, and so anyway, they led.
It's kind of a theme with his season, isn't it?
It's
early in the season, they kind of, hey, go on the DL.
Again, we're trying to shoot video here. No, but so they had a fairly significant lead with Maeda, and or they had a fairly significant lead, a 5-run lead, becomes a 2-run lead like that when Brandon Morrow gives up a 3-run homer, and the ballpark just like goes dead. Like, it's just, you know, I mean, because look,
these are not resilient fans.
These are fans who don't have, you know, they have so much negative history in their recent past. I mean, 4 years of stuff like this going awry, you know, those series against the Cardinals, you know, and stuff like that. And so it's just like instant.
Probably doesn't help either, right? The fact that these are the only games that they can watch.
Right. They haven't, they're like, no, it's still like this. I haven't seen this team since 2013. And so, you know, so it's like instant, like, you know, the ballpark's just chilled. And I think, you know, what the players recognized is, you know, like, look, and, you know, they come back in the bottom of the inning, they're mounting a rally against Archie Bradley. Like, the crowd should be into this. And so I think it's the players trying, you know, in ways both, like, obvious on the field and as, like, breaking the fourth wall as much as they can, trying to say, like, look, we are different. We are a different group than the Dodgers you remember. This team is different. And, you know, I was talking to Kike Hernandez after the game, and he said, look, you know, the regular season doesn't matter anymore, but we were the best team in baseball for a reason. And, you know, we needed to get our swagger back, and we have.
Kind of going back to Puig here for a second, right? A lot of these things that he's kind of done in the past have kind of rubbed guys the wrong way. I think now there's kind of an opportunity here where, right, because these things are, you know, kind of at the end of hits and at the end of runs and at the end of triples and stuff. The players are now kind of buying into it too, and it's kind of a way, I think, for them to kind of bring Puig in a little bit more too. For sure. Just kind of the way Rich Hill, I think, tried to bring the crowd into the game. Yeah. And you know, I really do think energy is so important in these postseasons, and we've seen, right, just how quickly these games can change, and big rallies. And yeah, I mean, I think you kind of get everybody on the same boat. That can be a very powerful thing.
Yeah, I mean, they have. You know,
that sounds really corny, huh?
It does. I'm really excited to read your column about that. The Dodgers are so great by Dylan Hernandez. You know, it's funny. Like 2 days ago, I think you know, I picked the Dodgers to win in 5. But 3 days ago, when the wild card game started, I would have picked them to lose this series, you know. And then with the way the wild card game was managed, we saw, you know, Robbie Ray come in relief, and you instantly go, okay, that is a pretty significant change for this series. And Robbie Ray didn't have it tonight. The Dodgers, you know, grinded him out, got him out of there in the 5th inning, and they just thudded away at the middle relief, you know, sort of stuff that the D-backs are rolling out. And so, I mean, yeah, a sweep feels like the most likely outcome at this point. I
and I think that's
kind of what it looks like.
And the effect that could have on the next series too, right? I mean, just
getting everyone rested, not having Jansen Kershaw, being dead, you know, giving Kershaw a chance to, not forcing Kershaw to pitch in Game 5, you know, keeping Alex Wood fresh. You know, I'm sure he could benefit from the extra rest. So, yeah, they have a chance to really set themselves up well for the next round. It looks like the Nats and the Cubs might be knocking each other around for 4 or 5 more days. So, you know, yeah, it's a big game on Monday. We will be there. Dylan, any parting thoughts?
No, you know, I'm just kind of looking forward to tomorrow.
Dylan has no assignment for tomorrow. He will be enjoying a travel day to Phoenix, Arizona.
Fleeing from my children.
Fleeing from his children. It's a long flight.
I hope they don't watch this.
Yeah, 45 minutes. Anyway, thank you for watching. You can read us in the pages of the Los Angeles Times, also at latimes.com/Dodgers. You can follow him at Dylan O. Hernandez, and I am at McCullough Times. Have a good one.